welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I want to talk about fasting and how it really helped me to lose weight. So if you guys don't know what fasting means, it's actually pretty obvious. Fasting means you're just not eating, and there is this differences between the religious fasting and the regular fasting, which is the one that I'm doing. Religious fasting is that in Islam, you don't drink water as well. You don't drink anything, you don't eat anything, and the purpose is actually different compared to the regular fasting that I am doing. But they could kind of have overlapping benefits. With the regular fasting, the rule is very simple. Just don't eat. I know it sounds really easy, but it's very hard to do. You are not supposed to eat. But you can drink water, you can drink unsweetened tea, or you can drink unsweetened black coffee as well. Oh, salt water too. Yeah, salt water, you can drink that as well. So I think there's these 4 things that you can actually drink other than water. So before I jump right into the video, I just wanted to let you know that this video is kind of made to promote Fastic, which is the fasting app that I'm gonna talk to you guys about later, how it actually helps me with my fasting habit. But despite that, this video is not really twisted or fabricated in a way that my story is inaccurate and not real. Whatever I say is real. I actually do love fasting, and that's why I want to promote it. I'm not actually sponsored by Fastic, I just wanted to promote it, that's all. Okay, so before we start, maybe I just give a little bit of background about how I look like back then and how I was back then, how much is my weight. So this is actually really embarrassing because my old photos are really like, it's just so ugly in a way that not just about the weight but also about my mental health. Like if you see me last time, like just a year ago actually, well, I think people wouldn't say like I'm overweight, but I do look kind of like it's just unhealthy. So it's not overweight, but it's just kind of unhealthy. And you can see the extra weight, and it's just extra fat hanging around my body. It just doesn't look good. And I have actually worn very loose fitting clothing last time, and it just still doesn't look good at all. I have very low confidence, and I see my weight, I see my body composition, it's just not good. Everything's not good. Back in college, which is like I guess that's about 7, 8 years ago, I used to be at around 48 kilograms. I was super thin, and at work I started to gain a little bit of weight, but nothing too crazy. I feel like the pattern started when COVID hits, because when COVID we kind of have this lockdown, so we can't go out and eat and all that stuff. I'm not a food delivery kind of person back then. Even the food delivery apps are already available at the time. I'm just not interested. I always like go out, buy my own food, I walk a little bit, like I feel like that's kind of the healthier way compared to being at home and just ordering food from your phone. So COVID hits, and of course it's just really hard to go out when there's lockdowns all over. And so I started exploring food delivery app, and that is where the problem started. Actually, I don't know what is it with this you know what? I actually do know what it is with the food that is sold outside. And I'm here to tell you that the food sold outside are probably like 95% unhealthy, because even though you see it's a vegetable, they have fabricated the vegetable in a way that maybe the color is so sparkling and so vibrant, and they put lots of preservatives as well, so like, and then flavoring, sometimes perfume as well, and softener, like not clothing softener and perfume, it's food softener and food perfume, but like it's just not good when you put all this stuff. Like it's just so artificial, you put all this artificial stuff into your body. You do that every day, not good. And so that's exactly what I did back then. And then I discovered the glorious food delivery app. I was like, oh my god, it's on discount, there's so many promotions, and then I buy, and then the fact that the delivery cost is pretty much nothing, like it's really cheap, right? And I keep doing that until I actually made it into my habit. So I have this habit last time, because I was working overseas. So I'm kind of lazy to cook, so I just keep buying food, keep ordering food, food deliveries after one another. And then the thing about weight gain is that it doesn't happen really quickly, because if it happens really quickly, I think you will totally realize that, and you just will probably stop immediately of whatever it is you're doing, right? But I started to notice my weight gain about a year or two later. I feel so sluggish, and then I started to weigh myself, and then I'm like, what, this is how much I weigh? So I jumped from 48, let's just say after college, that's like raised to 50, for example, like that's pretty normal. So 50, I jumped to 57, and so it's just keep going and going. From 57, I jumped to 59, and then up until pretty recently I got to 60. So you see, that's just how I gain weight. And the thing is, when we gain weight, it's not just it doesn't feel good, it doesn't look good, but it also affects your mental health. Like for example, I do feel a lot of more not confident. I feel so terrible about myself. I look at myself in the mirror, I'm not just like, this is not it, this doesn't look good. I even develop a worse double chin. I mean, I do have, like, I guess you can say neck fat or something, double chin, you see. But when I was 60 kilograms, I was like, this is a lot more apparent, you know. So I like, it's just bad, and my face looked bigger. And then I started to get comments from people as well, like people will be telling me, hey, you're fat now. You know. So sometimes people who haven't seen me in a long time, they'll be like, hey, you're fat now, you know. I mean, from 48, let's just put 50, you know, after college. So 50 to 60, that's 10 kilograms of extra weight. So I think that's quite obvious sometimes. And so yeah, some people are just like, hey, you're fat now. You know, you gain weight. And then you know, some people do comment it on like the way I eat a lot, you know. So I'm like, I feel like, I wouldn't lie to you, I did feel really terrible and bad and sad when people say that to me. But the thing is, they are right. Like, so, like, it's true, my eating habit is out of control, and I like really try to find ways to lose weight. I go to the gym and all that stuff. I've been to the gym for more than a year, and the thing is, after a year of going to the gym, like literally nothing happens. Like, there's no change in my weight. There is no I didn't gain that much muscle, actually, like maybe 0.01 gram, if that matters. And my fat percentage is still the same. So like, what happened? Nothing happened. I mean, during the time when I go to the gym, it did kind of help a little bit in terms of my mental health, my mood, but when it comes to weight loss, it doesn't do anything at all. I'm just like, it doesn't matter. Maybe you want to say, oh, maybe your technique is wrong. Like, no, it's just not. I think what I'm trying to say is that exercise really is actually not really helping that much when it comes to weight loss. Like, probably like the percentage of it actually help with weight loss is only 5%. And so I didn't know that back then, so now I know it. Then I'm like, yeah, obviously, of course that doesn't work, you know. Until I found out about intermittent fasting. At first I found out about it through my sister. So she was like, oh, have you heard about this intermittent fasting? So you don't eat for like I think she mentioned like 12 hours or something, I don't remember. But then after that, you can just eat whatever you want. Which is actually wrong. But back then we didn't know any better, right? So I thought, what, really? Like, you just don't eat for 12 hours and then you can eat whatever you want? That sounds amazing. So I did try that, and obviously because the technique is wrong, like, there's just no result at all. And so I kind of stopped doing it until I found this app called Fastic. And then it actually, okay, so I'm fasting right now, as you guys can see. Okay, I think the camera is not focusing, but I'm fasting right now. I still got 3.5 more hours to go. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that in fasting, they actually have these knowledges to help you to fast in the correct way. So you don't have to like Google, because Google can have like various results, right? There's a correct one, there's a wrong one, and then you go to like, I don't know, go to Facebook, you go to TikTok or whatever, you hear people's opinions. Sometimes people's opinions can just be just plain wrong. But the knowledge that Fastic provide in their app, I find that to be like really accurate, because it does based on several reliable sources. And I did cross-check one of the things that they mentioned. I think and so I previously made this video where I review Dr. Jason Fung's book called The Obesity Code, so you can check that out. I don't have it right now in my hand, but I do have the Diabetes Code because I'm trying to read this one as well. You don't need anything else. I'm serious. You don't need a course. I mean, you can read the book, obviously. You can read the book. You can read the sources. They actually recommend some books as well, some materials that you can try to read to help you to understand fasting better. So the great thing about this app is that obviously you can track your fasting, how many hours to go, do I fast yesterday, do I fast, like how's your fasting pattern, and then you can also log like how many how should I say, water that you take, steps that you've taken, meals, sleep, workout, everything. Like it's like all in one. Like it's not just about fasting, because the thing about fasting that I think a lot of people kind of not really understand about is that it's not just about the fasting, it's also about the food that you eat. And so that's why this app is really useful for you, for me at least. But I really do hope that you guys do try it out. It's a free app, free to use. There's obviously some premium features, which I think is pretty nice. I'm not sponsored by them actually, but it's just that I feel like it's a really good app and I want to promote it. Okay, so back to the fasting and how it affects my weight loss. As I mentioned previously, I tried so many ways to lose weight. Like a lot of people keep saying like calories in, calories out, which are just absolutely not true and not helping at all. So after I get to know Fastic App, I also enriched my mind with Dr. Jason Fung's book, The Obesity Code. Then I'm like, yes, this is the way. I don't need to Google anymore. I don't need to listen to other influencers anymore. I just do like these two are my sources, and that's it. I learned the way and the truth, and then I applied that, and lo and behold, I actually saw results, and it's an amazing result. So I started weighing myself this year in January. So I was at 58.2 kilograms, and so I thought maybe, you know what, let's just weigh myself after this fasting. I've been fasting for about several weeks now. I don't know if it has been a month. I don't feel like it has been a month, because I did skip some days. I did skip, and I am down to 56.6 kilograms, and that weight has been steady. So there are days where I just skip fasting at all, but my weight is not getting back up at all. Like it's just steadily going low, but it is not quick. It's not a quick result. So if you're like asking for quick result in fasting, I just don't think that's gonna happen, because the thing is, you gain weight very slowly, so you cannot also lose weight fast. You know, that's just not really possible actually. I also see that there is a very fast there is a very quick changes in my body composition, which is, I kind of don't understand why. I mean, I've been doing the exact same exercise. How is it that only now that I started fasting that the body composition result has improved by quite a lot? Like for example, body fat percentage. Let me just pull up the result right now. So in January, when I do the scale, so January I have not started fasting at all. I think I only started fasting around March. So okay, January, my body fat percentage is like 34.9, and now it is September now. My body fat percentage is 33.3, which is actually still a lot, but it's it's decreasing. And so, because the thing is, I have been doing gym for the past like a year, and nothing just seems to work, because the thing is that when you are just relying on sports and gym, the changes is only like 0.1%, 0.05%. Sometimes, like, it's just so little. So to see that there is a 1.6% differences, actually, to me, that is quite a lot. So, and not to mention, it's from January to September, so that's like about 8 months. So to me, that is actually quite something. I mean, obviously I could do better so that the changes is a lot better as well, but it's like, I mean, I don't know, with this result, I'm kind of just proud about it. But in terms of muscle, it's actually pretty much the same. So in January, my skeletal muscle mass is 20.7 kilograms, and now it's only 20.6 kilograms. So it's like, it's pretty much the same. So to be honest with you, fasting doesn't really help much with gaining muscle. So if you are trying to bulking and just getting all that jacked up, I just don't think fasting is gonna work. So anyway, since my really huge goal is weight loss, I think fasting really have achieved that for me. You can see the result, and you just keep doing it. It's not gonna be quick, but you just keep doing it and be patient, and it's gonna happen. Other benefits that I feel after fasting is that first of all, actually, it was difficult at first to fast. Even for 12 hours, that's actually difficult for me. But I just keep doing 12 hours. 12 hours is actually like maybe the bare minimum, in my opinion. So the bare minimum. So 12 hours, I keep doing it. I just keep doing 12 hours. I don't care, even though maybe people say like 12 hours is not enough, like, but I just keep doing 12 hours. 12-hour fast, and then I keep doing it for maybe a week or two, and then I amp it up to 14. And only recently that I started doing 16. Actually, I think since like 2 days ago that I realized that actually I'm a lot more stronger to go longer. And that's really what makes me like, wow, that is amazing. I'm not lying to you, that's amazing. Like, when I compare last time, like, I'm such a crazy snacker. So 12-hour of fast is just so difficult because my mind goes, I want to eat, I want to grab something to eat. But then 12 hours is good, and then 14 hours, and then now I'm like, yeah, I can do 16, let's do 16, then I do 16. I think just yesterday I actually did 19. And I actually did 19 like way back when I was just starting to get into fasting. And then I'm like, really, I'm telling you, when I was a beginner faster, I did 19 hours of not eating. I'm just like, I'm extremely bad mood, I'm extremely sluggish, I'm just like, it's just really bad. So yesterday when I did the 19-hour fasting, I don't feel anything. I want to walk, I can still walk, I can still function very well. So for those of you who are like thinking that, oh, if you fast, then you're gonna be weak, then you're gonna not being able to do stuff. Actually, it's not really true, because if you have built up the habit and then you are able to go longer, then you're gonna be just fine. Like, literally, I just feel like, oh, a little bit of hungry, that's all. Like yesterday, I just feel a bit hungry, that's all. And so 19 hours, I did it. But I wouldn't make it a habit now, because I don't want to like do these very extreme things, and then I make myself burn out, and then I just don't want to do it anymore. That's kind of a thing where if you wanted to incorporate a habit, you want to start from the easiest and then increase the difficulty a little bit over time. So you don't start directly with the most difficult one, because you start with the most difficult one, maybe you can do it at the time, but maybe give it a week or so, and then or a few days, then you'd be like, oh, I'm just not do it anymore. I just don't want to do it anymore, because your mind is kind of like burnt out with that. So I was like, I think at the time I was still in the 14-hour fast. So 14-hour fast, and then in the morning I have to wake up, go somewhere and do an HIIT exercise, and I'm telling you, I don't feel weak at all. See, the thing about hunger that I noticed is that it's just hunger. Like, it's not really making me weak. It's just hunger, because the thing is, I have a lot of fat in my body. I mean, if I don't have a lot of fat in my body, then I would say that fasting, it would not be good for you. But if you are someone like me who has a lot of fat in their body, you are gonna be just fine, because I noticed that it's that when I don't eat, I still have energy, actually. So it's like forcing my body to get energy from my fat, which is really good. That's exactly what you want. And so I really do feel like when I do fasting, that's really when my body started to take out energy from the fat. So yeah, just to summarize, the benefit that I really feel after fasting is that, one, I did lose weight. I look better actually now. I look better, and I'm like, oh my god, I look so pretty. It did really help with my confidence. And then third, I got stronger. Like, this is just so weird. Like, I used to be a very, very weak person, actually. Very weak, very lazy, and then now I'm like, oh, I'm really strong. Like, this is actually fascinating to me. So I forgot the other thing that's really good that happened after fasting. I don't know why, but when I do break fast, which is when I started to eat, my portion is not big at all. It cannot be big, because you think that, oh, you must be so hungry when you started eating. You must be eating like crazy. But well, I mean, it did happen like very first few days that I started fasting. But after it became a habit, then I'm like, I just don't feel it anymore. I just don't want to eat that much anymore. Like, after eating a little bit, I become full. When I do eat outside, I would order the same thing, same portion. But then I'm like, you know what? I can't finish it anymore. Nowadays, I can't finish it anymore. And I noticed that in many other foods as well. Like, I just cannot eat that many anymore. I just don't want to eat that many anymore. And it also helps me a lot with my snacking problem, because I used to be an avid snacker, and the number one rule in fasting is that to avoid snacking at all, even when it's your food eating time. But at rare occasions nowadays, I still do snack, because there are some times where it just gets really intense. I'm just super stressed out. So, like, I mean, it happens, sometimes we still fall into those same mistakes that we used to make, but the frequency of that happening is so much lesser compared to last time when I was just not fasting at all. In terms of my health, I feel a lot better physically. I look good. I look better. I look amazing. That has been my fasting story. I hope that this actually helps every one of you out there, especially if you're dealing with weight loss, you're trying to lose weight, you're dealing with tons of fat in your body. My recommendation is try it. And when you do try it with Fastic, because it really helps. So, alright guys, I'm gonna leave you alone. I've been talking way too much. I'm gonna leave you alone. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!